What's up, YouTube? Fuzzymotion back here. We're talking about Season 7. This is the last season of True Blood. Episode 1. Season premiere. Let's get it started. Jesus gonna be here. So the episode starts where we left off last season, where all the sickly vampires are attacking this wonderful little get-together that Bonton's having. We see a huge battle sequence where just vampires are fighting vampires and people are just running for their lives. A group of people do get kidnapped. And we find out that one of the casualties of war is Tara herself. We find Lady May in a pool of Tara's blood. Now I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that Tara drank Lady May's blood and it had a little bit of that Hep V in it. Although, you might think, why didn't the Hep V affect her as slowly as it did the other vampires? Who knows? I'm saddened to see Tara go, but this is exactly what the series needed. Start killing some of the cast off. Back at Bellefleur's Bar and Grill, everyone seems to be blaming Sookie. Whether or not they say it out loud is a different story. Even Alcide's getting in on the action. So the idea of this season is that every human needs a vampire, and every vampire needs a human. The humans will get protection from the vampires, and the vampires will get nourishment from the humans. At least from the sickly vampires, that is. Disgusted and dejected, Sookie decides to walk home by herself. Not the smartest of ideas. And she stumbles upon a dead body, which looks surprisingly a lot like her. Not even fazed by it, though. We cut to Pam in Morocco, who seems to be playing Russian vampire roulette for her life, so that she can find out a little bit more about Eric. Jessica and Adeline strike up a conversation. They find out they have a lot in common. Suddenly a zombie vampire arrives, and now Jessica is forced to make good on the promise she had for protection. Jason confronts a group of citizens who try to take the law into their own hand. They seem like a bunch of vigilantes. Violet proceeds to threaten the group while also emasculating Jason. Jessica's boyfriend escorts Lafayette back home, and the two of them have a dialogue about how he became a vampire in the first place. Fed up with Violet's chastity belt and a severe case of blue balls, Jason proceeds to have sex with Violet on top of the police car, just to kind of spice things up. Now we cut to Lady May, who's having hallucinations because of the vampire blood she drank to heal her wounds. Mark my words, YouTube, if in fact Lady May is the cause of Tara's death, and if she did have Hep V, she will by far be the worst character in this entire series. The most evil, without a doubt. Hands down. Like Megatron and Magneto combined. The Shredder in there, fucking Cell, Boo, every evil thing you could think of. Pam continues on her search for Eric. She comes across a small merchant. He offers her his daughter, as if to say, hey, you look hungry. Here, have some of this. She's delicious. The merchant also hands Pam a hand-drawn map. She immediately refutes its accuracy, but the merchant says, you need to go follow it. Sookie and Alcide make up for what has to be Sookie's 100th nude scene. Andy and Bill discover what they believe to be the sickly vampire's nest. They also come across that same group of vigilantes that Jason came across earlier. And after allowing his gun to be taken off of him, Andy finds himself in a predicament where Bill's life is at stake. Andy pulls a fast one and then gets his gun back, proceeding to tell the group to get the fuck out and let the sheriff deal with his problems. We cut to the kidnap group, which contains some side characters along with Arlene, Holly, and Nicole. We find that they're being kept in the bottom of Fantasia, and that these Hep V vampires are just using them for feeding. Kinda seems like a waste. Like you're on death row, but you want like 5 different last meals. Andy drops Bill off at his house, tells him that they're not good, and then Bill proceeds to have a flashback on his porch. Jessica has a standoff with the zombie vampire. Daylight's about to break, and Adeline invites Jessica inside the house. Jessica almost bites into Adeline, but forces herself not to and runs upstairs so she doesn't combust. In the last scene of the episode, the entire town is congregated at the church. Sookie sits behind Lady May and tries to put her hand on her shoulder, but Lady May refuses. Sookie, now hearing everyone's negative thoughts, feels dejected and rejected and proceeds to walk out of the church, but then turns around. She beseeches the entire congregation to let her help, that although this is somehow her fault, she can do some good and get things back to the way they used to be. Here are my thoughts on the episode. Sets up for a great season. There's going to be a lot of subplots being wrapped up, hopefully a lot of betrayal. As long as they keep the pace moving and keep killing characters off, the season should go fine. As long as they don't shit the bed on the last episode. Stay tuned for more True Blood reviews every week here on my channel. YouTube, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.